Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. It's your boy Night Face, bringing you my horror film collection. Now, I thought this would be a fun idea to do, being that it's officially October 1st, the first day of the best month horror films. And that's what I plan on doing. I'm really gonna try to watch every single movie that's in my collection, all the way to Halloween to the 31st. And yeah, October 1st is a special day also because, just throwing that out there. It's my birthday. Whoopee! Hey, I'm already, well, I don't know. Guess what my age is if you want to, and I'll let you know in the comments. But, yeah, ain't getting any younger, guys. That's just the way life is, unfortunately. But yeah, I got the two huge stacks right here. I have 54 horror films in my collection now. These are horror films slash thrillers slash suspense kind of movies. Doesn't necessarily mean it's just slasher or zombies or just like gore fest kind of films. It's like my interpretation of what horror films are. So like you'll see a movie Get Out and you'll be like, "What, that movie Get Out by Jordan Peele? That's not a horror film." It kind of is if you think about it. To me, at least. So yeah, I try to stick mainly to what I interpret as horror. So yeah, you'll see some classics definitely on this list, and I need to add more to my collection. So throughout October, I'm gonna try my best to add more horror films in my collection, and maybe do a Blu-ray update here and there to showcase you guys what I pick up. But yeah, I'm excited. Let's get started. First one up is The Lost Boys. I just picked this up at Walmart, and it was in the like 5.96 bin, which is a great price. I never seen this movie. What? That's right. I never seen The Lost Boys. I know it's crazy, but I heard this is one of the best vampire films. It's like a coming of age vampire film, something like that, which is very interesting. Keith Sutherland is in this, and you can tell in the background like he is one cool looking like punk rocker type vampire. So that's pretty dope. And this comes with the Blu-ray and DVD, so that's just a great price in Walmart. If you want to pick up just the Lost Boys, I heard the first one is good. I don't know about the sequels, but the first one, I hear good things. Is directed none other than Joel Schumacher, who we all know directed the best Batman films. I can't say that with a straight face. Yeah. Anyway, I definitely want to check this one out. This is at the top of my list that I'm definitely gonna watch. So yeah, the Lost Boys. Happy to finally own it. All right. Just put that like right there. All right, cool. Next one up is I got this at Walmart too, like a few months back, I think, and that's this double feature of The Fog and The Howling. Scream Queen double feature. If you look closely, there's no Blu-ray logo, which is weird. I didn't notice that until after I bought it, and I was just like, oh well. So just I don't know. I just wanted to point that out. Anyway, yeah. The Fog, The Howling double feature, all in one disc. It has the inside artwork with both posters. You can see like classic promotional posters for The Howling and The Fog and The Howling. So yeah, it's pretty neat. And this was at it was like 7.88 at Walmart. Not bad, not bad for a Scream Factory double feature. Yeah. And that's one thing. It's like I want to get Scream Factories, but they're just so freaking overpriced. They're like some are 20, some are like 22, some are even $30 on eBay. So yeah, as bad as I want to just dip my hands in the Scream Factory horror game, I just can't. Budget. So you know how that goes. Anyway, speaking of which, these two films are in the Scream Factory lineup. Those are Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2 double feature, which is the cheaper route to get. And I already know, because there's people out there, I already know they're going to say, "Oh, Victor Salva, how could you watch and support those movies?" Because he's like a pedophile or whatever. We're not here for that. Yeah, he's disgusting, whatever, but um, I don't even know why I started talking about that. We all know. We all know. Trust me, I know. But these films they're okay. They're somewhat enjoyable. I haven't seen them in a long time. I do remember liking the first one over the second one. So yeah, Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get those beepers? I think that's how it goes. I don't know. Yeah, Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. All right, moving on. All right, next one up is Night of the Living Dead. This is the Mill Creek release, and I like this cover, by the way. I know what's it called? Criterion Collection put out a release that I was gonna buy, but I did not want to double dip because I already bought this for like $8, and I heard this version is it's pretty good for the most part. You know, the transfer is okay from what I hear. I haven't seen it yet, but I plan to. Night of the Dead is one of the best zombie films. Yeah, I prefer it over Dawn of the Dead from George A. Romero. This is probably my favorite George A. Romero zombie film, but it's not my number one favorite zombie film. We're gonna get to that, and I'll explain why. But yeah, this one is just a classic. This is what brought zombies to the forefront, and the black and white really lends itself to this film. Like it just feels like a documentary that you weren't supposed to find. It is more horrifying being that it's in black and white. So I like the social commentary on this as well, being that it had one of the first leading black male actors, and that was a huge deal back then. So mad respect to George A. Romero. May he rest in peace, Zombie King himself. Yeah. Sorry, some notification popped up. But there's the back. You guys can see it. They're coming for you, Barbara. Barbara. Let me show you the disc. Spin that disc. Right round, right round. There's the disc. Cool beans. Alright, so moving on. Keep it going. Alright, it's gonna be a long video, by the way, so have some popcorn, something to drink. It's gonna be a long one. Alright, World War Z. Now, this is probably the most misinterpreted cover I've ever seen, like misleading cover, because the zombies don't look like that at all. They're all fucking CGI, and they're running super fast. You can't even tell what the hell they are. So excuse me, these zombies look more like Walking Dead kind of zombies, or like George A. Romero zombies than the ones we get in this film. But I still think the cover looked good, even though again it's very misleading of the film World War Z, and of course that's the one with Brad Coop. Sorry, I was gonna say Bradley Cooper. My mind is just so discombobulated at the moment. I was looking at a Stars Born stuff, so Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt is the actor. So there you have it. Look, World War Z, and you could pick these up at Walmart. They're still available in Walmart. These custom horror slipcovers. So yeah, World War Z, it's all right. I mean, I don't know. There are some moments I was just like, oh, it's so intense, and there's some moments I'm just like, really, the CGI is just overkill. So I don't know. It's like a mixed bag for me. World War Z. I gotta pick up the pace here. Moving on. Paranormal Activity. I will defend this movie. At least the first three films. I know a lot of people that are skeptics. Don't believe in supernatural shit, whatever. I do, but I'm just saying, throwing that out there because those are usually the people that tend to hate this film. Like, oh, it was nothing. It's just boring. There's just loud noises. I don't understand. It is what it is. Like this really unsettled me. It was creepy. The atmosphere, and the less you see, I'm a firm believer in the less you see, the more effective and horrifying it is because it's left for your imagination to just run wild and interpret what they're seeing, what they're experiencing. It's just, oh my god, it just scared the living fuck out of me. It still kind of gets under my skin watching the first one. The second one was just as good. The third one, that ending to the third one, yeah, it was like one of the scariest like 20 minutes. And then they fucked it up with the fourth one, the marked ones, the spiritual dimension. What the hell? Like this franchise just spiraled completely out of control. But I like the first three, and I own the first one on Blu-ray, so that's cool. And I like this cover, by the way. It's so creepy. You see the silhouette, the shadow there. That's pretty terrifying. Yeah. Paranormal Activity. Really enjoy this one. Sorry. There it is. Paranormal Activity. So yeah. It's more like psychological horror, man. This kind of movies just unsettle me when it deals into the supernatural. Those are the kind of movies that scare the crap out of me. Anyway, moving on. We got a classic, Friday the 13th. The first one, the only one I own. I gotta get the rest. I was considering picking up that collection set, but I don't know. But yeah, I love this slipcover, by the way. Freaking Jason, looking like a badass. Look at him. Look at him. Even though Jason's not in the first one. Spoiler alert. But yeah, mother. That's who did it. Friday the 13th, uncut. Definitely plan on seeing this one. It's crazy how I saw the interview with the director, and he wanted to make a kids movie. He's like, I always wanted to make a kids movie, and then he made this movie. And this is the movie that put him on the map, I guess. But yeah, Friday the 13th. Classic Jason. Moving on. Speaking of a classic, Psycho. I love this steelbook. I remember getting it for like, I think $7 on Amazon. Was on the cheapest steelbook I got. Sorry. And look at this. It's just, I love the color of the blood running down from the Bates house, like, to the drain. I love that. We go a little mad sometimes. This is my favorite Alfred Hitchcock film. It's just a classic. You know, I've mentioned before, I'm not really like an old, like, film history kind of buff where I watch older films. But I appreciate this one a lot. Psycho is really good. It's so effective. The way I don't know if it's the piano or the violins when they screech. It's just like the dip dip dip. It's so effective, man. It just, yeah. When I remember first watching this, it really unsettled me, especially towards the end when they find that corpse in the basement. Oh my god, that was one haunting image that never leave my head. But anyway, Psycho Steelbook. Love it, love it, love it. Definitely plan on seeing that one. And this one I gotta see, definitely. Poltergeist Digibook. Tobe Hooper directed this, I believe. Was it? Yep. Director of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I need to add to my collection. I really need that film. But yeah, Poltergeist. Creepy as hell. That clown under the bed. Fuck that clown. Yeah, I really like the Digibook look to this. I love Digibooks. I think Digibooks are underrated. I don't know why I can't get the, I'm like angling it wrong for the camera. You know, sorry. Yeah, Poltergeist. Definitely want to revisit that one. I haven't seen it in like so long. Next one up. Oh, this is just such a grotesque movie, but it's so good. The Fly. David Cronenberg's The Fly with Jeff Goldblum. He's becoming Brundlefly. It's just wow. This movie, do not eat before watching this movie. I strongly advise that. It just is disgusting. The way David Cronenberg, he's so famously for portraying the way the human flesh decays is disgusting. Like that scene when he's like pressing his fingernails and pus comes. Ah, this is nasty. And then the way he becomes the fly, ugh, he starts regurgitating that fucking acid reflex on people. This is disgusting. It's just, oh my god. It's like that horrifying, disgusting gore kind of movie, but it has a really compelling, strong, powerful story at the same time. So yeah, it's really good, and probably Jeff Goldblum's best performance. The Fly, man. This one, if you haven't seen this one is classic. You have to see The Fly. All right, moving on. Frailty, another one I highly recommend people watch. Frailty. No one talks about this. It's like people don't act like it don't exist, and it just, that's sad because this movie is amazing. Bill Paxton, I think he wrote and directed this movie. No, he directed this movie, his directorial debut. May he rest in peace, Bill Paxton. Great actor. And it's about the God Hand Killer, this killer who believes in God, that he's on a mission from God to kill people who have sinned and they're demons. Like, he sees them as demons. It's just like, oh my God, it just messes with your mind, like what to believe and what not to believe. Matthew McConaughey was so good here. I highly recommend Frailty. It feels like a Stephen King film, like adaptation. That's what it feels like. It's so good. It's like no one talks about this. No one. I don't know why. Please, people, watch Frailty. Seek this movie out. I recommend it. It's so good. All right, moving on. We got Fright Night. I know this is like more like comedic kind of based, but still vampires and still a good time. and was it David Tennant? He's so great. He's Kilgrave from Jessica Jones. But yeah, he's great in this. I really like this Fright Night film with Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell. This movie is just a ton of fun to watch. So definitely a good horror Halloween kind of movie to watch. Next one up is Grindhouse. Yeah, because you got Planet Terror and that shit is bonkers, and so is Death Proof. So and I like this like trifold thing. It just opens up like that. Yeah. I prefer Planet Terror more, surprisingly, than Death Proof. Death Proof was directed by Quentin Tarantino, and Planet Terror was directed by Robert Rodriguez. So I just like the slipcover. It's pretty nice. Grindhouse. She has a machine gun for a leg. I remember when Robert Rodriguez started promoting the shit out of this. He's like, she got a machine gun for a leg. That will get asses in seats. Which is kind of true. That's funny. Think about it. Alright, moving on. We got Near Dark, this out of print Blu-ray, which is great. It's like a vampire kind of western made in the 80s by, yep, Catherine Bigelow from The Hurt Locker, from Point Break. What? Yeah, from Zero Dark 30. Yeah. Same director. Crazy, huh? Yeah, this movie is just so underrated. It's really good. One of the most underrated vampire films. Near Dark. Check this movie out if you haven't. It's really good. Yeah. So let's keep it flowing. The Mist. This has a black and white version of this film, and I definitely plan on checking that out. Let me open this up actually. Yeah, it's a 2-disc. You can watch it in black and white, so I definitely want to watch this movie. This has one of the most shocking endings. When I first saw it, I was just like, what the actual fuck just happened? Like I was in complete like shock and disbelief. Yeah, this is one of the most shocking endings. If you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it for you. Definitely check this out. You know, it has to do with the mist that just consumes this town, this mist, and there's these creatures in it that start killing off people. It's pretty crazy. And what's even crazier, it's the people themselves. They really start losing their minds in such a believable way, like a religious aspect, and you're just like, oh my god, I could totally see that happening, you know. So yeah, The Mist, really good, from Frank Darabont. Next one up, a classic, Misery. Kathy Bates just scared the shit out of me in this movie. Her performance was amazing, and I think she won an Oscar for this. I'm pretty sure she at least got nominated, but it's so damn good with James Caan, and it's just so creepy. Like I remember seeing a comment where George A. Romero was talking about this, and he's like, you know, I have some nutty fans of my own, and that always worries me. So yeah, because she was so sweet, like the way she helps James Caan, she nurses him back to health, and then she starts getting so fucking unhinged. It's so creepy. She's like, "Did you write that book, Misery? Because I love that book, Misery." And then the scene where she puts a wood block between his feet, just makes me cringe. When she took that hammer and just clobbered his feet, this movie is crazy. You haven't seen it? Watch it. It's a classic, Misery. You got the DVD and the Blu-ray here. This is another Scream Factory release. You know, I don't want to double dip because I had that one. Next one up is Let Me In. This is an American remake of Let the Right One In, which is a far more superior film. I do own that, but it's on DVD. I'm showcasing my Blu-ray collection of horror films. Believe me, I have more horror films on DVD. I should have disclosed that, but yeah, this one's pretty good with Chloe Grace Moretz. I still prefer the foreign film version better, but this one's just as effective. It's literally the same movie. It's just shot for shot the same movie. But yeah, Let Me In, pretty good. All right, moving on. Sleepy Hollow. I've not seen this in like forever. I completely forgot what this like. I know what it's about, but I forgot how the movie goes. I know with Christopher Walken, I believe he's the Headless Horseman. Yeah, and Tim Burton, man. Tim Burton makes gothic horror just so right. You know, that's his specialty. You know, so with Johnny Depp and yeah, definitely gotta check this one out. All right, next one up is Signs. This one really creeped me out when I first watched it. Now it's just an enjoyable watch, but man, when I first watched this, you know, not knowing what was in the crop circles. I mean, we knew it was extraterrestrial, like an alien, but when we finally see the creature, it's not the way I expected to see it, how it would be revealed, and that's a brilliant thing about M Night Shyamalan. He just builds it up so well. And when Joaquin Phoenix's character is looking at the newsreel footage, like in Mexico, you see that shadow come out. It was just creeped me out. And this movie, everybody gives it crap because of the alien's weakness, is like water, but it doesn't really bother me that now that I think of it. I mean, sure, it was very left field, but at the same time, it's like, why wouldn't water be their weakness? Maybe they don't need to survive on water like us humans. I don't know, but I enjoyed it. This is one of M Night Shyamalan's last good films before Split and Glass. I can't wait for Glass. Yeah, so Signs, put you right there. Next one up, The Sixth Sense. Yeah, double feature M Night Shyamalan whammy. I see dead people. Yeah, this one is classic. This one has one of the best twists. And Bruce Willis is so good in this movie. The kid is so good in this movie. Definitely check this one out if you haven't. It's a classic. The Sixth Sense. It's so good. Definitely want to rewatch that one. And this is one of the best right here. The Silence of the Lambs. Puts the lotion on her skin or else it gets the basket again. Or the hose. I don't know. Buffalo Bill's just a creepy, weird bastard in this film. And Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter. You already know. Such a horror icon. The only horror movie to sweep the Academy Awards. That's crazy. But that scene when he escapes, wow, I fucking love that scene. It's one of the best like jail escapes I've ever seen, and like what he does to the person. Holy crap! It's crazy because this movie manipulates you into thinking, yeah, this Hannibal Lecter, he doesn't seem crazy. And then when he just lets loose, you're like, holy fuck, he is like a cannibal. He's completely psychotic, you know. So I like that. Yeah, Sons of the Lambs. Just great film. Great film. Anthony Hopkins is a fucking legend. Alright, moving on. This is my favorite zombie film of all time. Train to Busan. If you have not seen this, give this a chance. This is why foreign films are so good. I recently got into like this argument with some ignorant fuck on on another social media platform. If you follow me on there, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, he was like, yeah, I don't like foreign language films. You know, bitching about Pan's Labyrinth because you had to read the subtitles. And this person claims that all foreign language films are mandatory to come with an English audio dub. Like, really? That would just fucking ruin the whole experience. It just, no. Enough of that. Anyway, this is a testament why sometimes foreign film, they do it better. And this is such an exceptional zombie film. The characters, they're all memorable. They're really fleshed out. It's very emotional. It just completely wowed and surprised the hell out of me. I cannot recommend this movie enough. Train to Busan, I love this movie. One of the best zombie movies. I was on the edge of my seat, rooting for this group of people to get through it. And there's this one person who's like the complete depiction of what's wrong with our society. He's just the most selfish, scumbaggy person I've ever seen. But I like how realistic they portrayed that one character because honestly, if this shit hit the fan like this, we can all become that person. Yeah, it's crazy. That's what I love about this movie. Train to Busan, I love it. Love that movie. 23 minutes in. Holy crap, I got another stack here. Uh, sorry. Woo! Splinter. This movie, you're like, what the hell is that? Highly recommended. This movie's hard to like discuss because it's so unique. It's like a creature horror film where this monster is like shape shifting. He has splinters. He looks like a porcupine mixed with like an alien symbiote. It's weird, but it's fucking creepy and unsettling. And it all takes place in a gas station. Very underrated, like independent horror film. Because not a lot of people know about this, and I was surprised to find a Blu-ray release of this film. So yeah, Splinters really underrated. No one talks about this. I should have added this to my underrated list because no one knows about that movie at all. Next one up is The Strangers, another one that recently got a Scream Factory release, and I really like the first one. I did not see the second one, The Strangers Prey at Night, because I heard it's god awful. Or some people say it's a guilty pleasure, but I don't know. Maybe I'll get around to it one day. But I love how creepy this was, just unsettling, because it could happen like a home invasion, not to this degree and magnitude where they weren't all masked and they're like toying with you, but in general, a home invasion can happen at any time. So that in itself is creepy, and it's just like, why would you stay in an isolated place in the woods? Like, never rent a cabin or anywhere in the woods that you just cut off from civilization. That's just always a bad idea. But yeah, Strangers is really good, creepy. Next one up is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. I know. What the fuck? You have the remake. You don't have the original. What? I know, but I actually enjoy the remake. Is what the remake is what got me to watch the original in the first place. The original is far superior. That one is so fucking just gets under my skin. And this one is pretty creepy too. It has some creepy moments. Jessica Biel though is such a distraction. She's so hot in this movie. Anyway, but yeah, this one is pretty good. I gotta get the original, like I said. But yeah. All right, moving on. We got Wrong Turn with Elijah Dushku. Weird last name, but anyway, I really enjoyed this one too. These inbred, cannibals just fucking hunting people down, and it has a really intense ending. I didn't bother watching any of the sequels because the first one's just good enough, for me. But yeah, how it goes with horror films in general. If it's decent or good enough, they'll just milk the fuck out of it and just make so many sequels. It's like, yeah. But yeah, this one's pretty good. All right. Next one up, You're Next. Oh man, this one's good. Directed by Adam Wingard. Uh, it has the craziest dinner sequence I've ever seen, where shit just hits the fan. It's just absolute mayhem and chaos. Oh my god! And then the girl in this movie is a badass. I really liked her character arc. Like, she basically becomes like Lara Croft from Tomb Raider in a way, and she just starts going ham on the attackers. So it really flips itself. Like the way the movie starts out and the way it ends. It's so good. I really want to rewatch this one too. So yeah. Okay, bringing in the other stack here. Give me a minute. Dang squeaky chair. Sorry about that. All right. Next one up is Get Out. This is the movie that, yeah, put Jordan Peele on the map. Wow, he impressed the hell out of me. And I guess it has like social satire commentary in a sense. Like, it's just so unique. There's nothing quite like this film, and that's what I really dug about it. And I love the friend who's he's very self-aware of what's going on with his friend. He's like, "Yo, you better get the fuck out of there. That white girl crazy." He's like, "Oh, you crazy bitch. Oh, you trying to get me." Yeah, this movie's enjoyable. In a dark comedic kind of way. It's crazy. If you haven't seen Get Out, definitely check this one out. You're missing out on one of the most unique like horror films in a way. Yeah. Yeah, Get Out was awesome. Next one up is An American Werewolf in London. That werewolf transformation scene, holy crap! I think that still holds up. Just the way his face like stretches out, looks so fucking painful. And then his dead friend keeps showing up, and it has some dark comedy in this one as well. So yeah, American Werewolf in London. I love the slipcover, by the way. Really nice. Yeah. Next one up is 28 Weeks Later. I talked to somebody that really hates this movie. Well, a few people really hate this fucking movie, which I'm surprised. I think it was a pretty solid sequel. I mean, it's entertaining enough to watch, and I need to rewatch it because I heard there's a lot of fucking shaky cam from the people I talked to. And yeah, so I really want to rewatch this one. But I did enjoy Jeremy Renner in the role. It was more intense for me than the original 20 Days Later, which I do prefer, but there were more intense moments here, is what I'm trying to say. And the ending, man, I wish they would have done 28 months later, but at this point, I think it's a little too late. But yeah. And now we get into 28 Days Later, which, oh my god, this movie is just so atmospheric. Cillian Murphy gives such a good performance. The opening sequence where he wakes up in the hospital and the entire London is just completely empty and just quiet will stay with me forever. It was so creepy. It's like, how the hell did they were able to capture that? Because it really did feel like the end of the world. Yeah, so those first 30 minutes are just so effective. It makes this movie so great. And then when we get to the soldiers, oh man, it just shows the worst part of humanity. You know what I mean? So I like that the film kind of went that direction. This is probably my favorite Danny Boyle film. That now that I think of it, because his films for me are hit or miss. So yeah, this one really good. 20 Days Later. Next one up is 30 Days of Night. Very underrated vampire film based off a graphic novel. And the vampires attack people in Alaska because they only have 30. They have to live 30 days of night, and that's crazy. And no one talks about this. It's directed by David Slade, and I really like this one too. So yeah, check that one out if you guys haven't. Crimson Peak, Guillermo del Toro. This one wasn't that creepy, but it was like more like gothic horror slash drama, and I enjoyed it. The last like 20 minutes, it just goes fucking bonkers. It goes crazy, and I really enjoyed that part. That was like the best part of the movie, so it was kind of worth like the build up and the slow burn. But yeah, I love me some Guillermo del Toro, man. This one, Crimson Peak, man, very underrated as well. Next one up is American Psycho. Uh, Christian Bale just going batshit. Yeah, I had to throw that in there. Going ape shit. I like how he's very particular about certain things about like his music. You ever listen to Louis Hugh and something like that? Like he starts talking about like the soundtrack, the artist. He's one of those guys. Before he murders somebody, it's crazy. And the way the movie wraps up, you're left to think, okay, was this all in his head, or did he actually commit these murders? You know, it's so over the top, but in the best way possible. I've grew to like this movie more and more the more I rewatch it. I definitely wanted to rewatch it again. So yeah, American Psycho is great. That one just got a 4K release, which is pretty cool. We'll see if I pick it up. Anyway, the Descent. This is another good one. So underrated. Uh, Female power led cast, all females, where they go on this hiking trip and then they go into this cave and oh my goodness, it's just wow. This movie so intense, so like claustrophobic. I couldn't even fucking breathe at parts because they're just like crawling through these tight little crawl spaces, and the way it's shot with the camera in their face, just yeah, like damn. And then the creature designs that they're blind, but they hunt by sound. Ugh, really scared the fuck out of me. The seeing this movie, so I definitely want to revisit this. Really good, The Descent. Next one up, Dawn of the Dead. This is gonna be a little controversial. I prefer the remake over the original. Oh! I remember having a discussion with my good friend Amy about this. And yeah, she still hasn't seen it. I still look forward to her review on when she sees the remake. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm a modern film junkie, and I just prefer a modern take on this. I just, it has some funny bits, some funny moments, and it's more rewatchable, just in my opinion. I like the original George A. Romero Dawn of the Dead, and I wish I could add it to my Blu-ray collection, because that Blu-ray is really hard to find, and it's out of print, and it's expensive. But so yeah, or maybe I'll find a DVD of it one day. Yeah, Dawn of the Dead, I really enjoyed this one. I think this was a solid remake. This is probably one of Zack Snyder's best films. Yeah, he directed this. Unbelievable. Alright, moving on to Crazies. Another really good remake is from George A. Romero, too. What are the odds? This is really good. Timothy Olyphant playing the sheriff of a small town. He finds out the water supply is contaminated. He's driving people fucking crazy. And the scary part is they can use weapons, pitchforks, guns, and to kill you. So they're not necessarily like these mindless, brainless zombies. And then the whole government, sending the military trying to quarantine and kill innocent people made it all the more realistic and horrifying. So yeah, the Crazies is yeah, this one is really good. No one talks about this movie. I don't know why. But I really enjoyed this. This is one of the better remakes. Next one up is Christine, the car that kills people. From what I heard, I haven't seen it yet. I plan on watching it. It'll be a first watch for me. But yes, this is from John Carpenter. Holy crap, I'm excited. And from Stephen King. You can't go wrong with a Stephen King film adaptation. You just can't. You know. Next one up is Carrie, the original Sissy Spacek. Yeah, the Cinderella story from hell. That's what they call it, and I totally can see why. So creepy. That ending scared the fuck out of me when I first saw it. That jump scare, I was like, holy crap. And then the mother, just the most messed up mother and daughter relationship you'll ever see in any film. Yeah. You hear like a little boo 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 boo. That's the damn ice cream truck. What the hell? I like every time I do a video, there's just like someone cutting the lawn. There's an ice cream truck. There's a fucking Miller Lite truck. There's just random shit going on in my neighborhood. Anyway, this is the Carrie remake, and I'll be honest, I really got it for this slipcover. I mean, look at it. Look at this slipcover. Look how sexy that is. Look, Chloe Grace Moretz. Look, I'm all Carrie, man. Yeah, it's okay. I ain't gonna front. The remake is really, you don't have to see the remake. I just, like I said, the slipcover was cheap at Best Buy when I first got it, so yeah. It's okay. I feel sometimes Chloe Grace Moretz's acting was a little off, a little wooden, you know. Oh my god, damn ice cream truck. Anyway, ice cream truck music for a horror collection video. Funny. The Cabin in the Woods. Look at that lenticular. Look at that lenticular. The only reason why I haven't upgraded to 4K, I had a chance to do so, but I didn't because just look at that. I love this movie. I freaking love this movie. It's like satire on all the horror films that have come out, and it just pays homage to them so well. If you haven't seen The Cabin in the Woods, watch this movie. This is the reason why I'm excited for that movie called, it's called Bad Times at the El Royale. It's directed by Drew Goddard, the same director of The Cabin in the Woods. So, hell yeah, I'm looking forward to that movie. Hey guys, it's me, Marky Mark. I fucking lose my shit here. Fucking fear. You know, I'm stalking Reese Witherspoon, and I'm just like, hey, why don't you answer your door? Huh? Don't make me have to kill you now. All right? That's my Marky Mark impression. Fear, yeah, he's totally psychotic here, and yeah, it's entertaining. All right, next one up is The Thing. The Thing. Sorry, I love this movie. One of the few Scream Factories. I think this is the only one I own actually. Yeah. No, I had that double feature, but yeah, like I said, look, The Thing. If I don't know Scream Factory, you know it's a big deal. I had to buy this day one because I absolutely love this film. It's one of my favorite, if not my number one favorite horror film of all time. Just John Carpenter, the way he made this film, it's just so damn good. Kurt Russell's good. The practical effects, just the way it shapeshifts, and the paranoia in the group. And the setting as well, in Antarctica of all places, just so isolated, so cold, and it's like, fuck, any one of you could be the Thing. And that blood testing scene is just insane. I love this movie. It's one of my favorites of all time. Yeah, The Thing. Next one up is, hey Georgie, you want a balloon? Beep beep, Richie. Beep beep. Or is that the original? But anyway, yeah, the It remake. Look at that ticker. I could do this all day. I could do this all day. I really like it. I'm looking forward to It Numero Dos, Part 2, Chapter 2, whatever you call it. When the cast is all grown up. I'm super hyped for that. Yeah, it's just enjoyable. There were some scary moments, but I'm not completely scared of this movie. I could rewatch the hell out of it because it has a really good coming of age story with the kids, and the kid actors were just amazing. And Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, he crushed it, and he had some pretty funny moments too. He's like, "You want some popcorn?" Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, I love it. Anyway, moving on. The Shining. Here's Johnny. With Jack Nicholson, in my top 3 favorite horror films of all time, and probably my favorite Stanley Kubrick film. The cinematography, the way it's shot, the way he follows the kid. Was it Danny Boy? Down the hallway, and you see those twins down the hallway. That image of those twins down the hallway, like, come play with us, Danny. It was forever seared in my head as a kid. Seeing that was fucking traumatic. That's what put me off seeing this movie, like, completely seeing it, from start to finish for the longest, and then I finally did, and I love this movie ever since. But yeah, Jack Nicholson, man, he just chews up the scenery, and all people give shit to Shelley Duvall as an actress. I mean, yeah, she could be a little over the top, but I think she sells her performance so well. You know, just looking genuinely scared out of her mind, like, yeah. I just Jack is. So, I mean, Jack Nicholson is just damn. He's so good. He's just like, I'm gonna bash your fucking brains out, okay? I'm gonna bash them the hell out, Wendy. Anyway, moving on. Alien. I did not put aliens in this list because that's more like action based. And this one is just horrifying because you're dealing with one was it why xenomorph? I don't know why I'm confused between xenobite and xenomorph. Anyway, I just went blank there for a minute. I apologize. But yeah, Alien, the damn Alien is creepy as fuck. And yeah, this movie is just so unsettling. It's a very slow burn that pays off, I think, you know, when you watch it. So yeah, Sigourney Weaver is amazing in that film. All right, now we're getting to the Evil Dead franchise with the Evil Dead remake, which apparently this one's getting like a director's cut release, and I'm just like shit. I want to check that out. And this is one I definitely plan on rewatching soon. It's crazy. It takes the original Evil Dead and just amps it up, like the gore fest, insane factor to it. It's really good. So I think this is one of the better remakes. Alrighty, moving on. We got Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, as they would call it in elsewhere countries, I think. I don't know. But yeah, freaking Bruce Campbell, man. Bruce Campbell as Ash. One of the best horror icons ever, with the chainsaw. Groovy, and that scene when he like completely saws his hand off. What the fuck? That was insane. I love this movie. Evil Dead 2 is one of my favorites as well. And then you got the original Evil Dead in the classic steelbook, which is nice. The Deadites, man, they're creepy as hell, man. Evil Dead, just classic. Can't believe Sam Raimi, man. He's just a very transparent director. Like he just delves into different genres. All right, next one up, Event Horizon. We're almost done. I'm trying to finish this before the 50-minute mark. Event Horizon, directed by Paul Anderson, W.S. Anderson, from the Resident Evil quadrilogy, whatever the fucking Resident Evil franchise. It has nothing to do with the video game. Yeah, that guy directed this, and you know what? It's pretty terrifying. It's pretty good. It's like hell on a spaceship, pretty much. Yeah, and there's some creepy ass visuals. Like, holy crap! You haven't seen this movie? Check it out. I definitely gonna rewatch this one. Event Horizon. Next one up is The Hills Have Eyes, a very solid remake. And yeah, I remember seeing the original. The only thing I would say the original does have is that tall looking guy that just creeps me out the way he looks. So he has that creep factor. But still, this one is very exceptionally well made. Yeah, really good. And we're diving into the Halloween series here. Halloween 6, I think, the Crystal Michael Myers. It was cheap. I picked it up. It's okay. Yeah. I really wanted to get H2O, but I couldn't find it. You got Halloween 2, Scream Factory release, which they're releasing a steelbook, which I'm gonna try to get, but I think this was a really solid sequel to the original. Now the new Halloween, I'm so excited for. It's retconning the sequel, and that's kind of a bummer because I really like the sequel, but it's okay because I'm still excited. I mean, I've been hearing so much buzz from the new Halloween. I'm glad Jamie Lee Curtis is coming back, and yeah, I look forward to that film so much. And of course, last but not least, Halloween the classic. Yeah, you already know that piano musical theme of Halloween is classic. John Carpenter. He took something so small and just made it legendary. A killer who stalks babysitters on Halloween night. Michael Myers is my favorite boogeyman. I love this movie. I fucking love this movie. Yeah. And I can't wait for the new Halloween. So, bam, son. There you have it. That is my complete Halloween horror collection. Post your comments down below. Let me know if you've seen any of these horror films. What horror films are in your collection? What are your favorite top 10 horror films you'd like to share? Let me know. I would like to know. If you're finding my channel for the first time, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like if you want. And I'll catch you in the next one. And happy Halloween, guys. And enjoy seeing Halloween because I look forward to that film. All right.